So I thought I would show the world events how it corresponds with the Leo phase and the other Pluto phases. Mm, The recent Leo phase was 2003 to 2016. It was about drama, travel, war, entertainment, glamour, excess, and other Leo things. This is a quote by Barack Obama, probably the most popular person during this time. Oh, and you can say Bush was there right before that, but even though he was a Cancer, which is the previous sign and the previous phase, he had a Leo ascendant, which is why in the early part of the Leo phase he was the major dominant person in the world. And then the next one is Barack Obama. He's definitely a Leo. I mean, all his behaviors, all his speech and everything is like optimistic, positive, change. It's there. You have to be blind and deaf not to see it. So this is a quote: change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. I mean, this is not just what Barack Obama said, this is what everybody was saying during this time, and probably even now, but to a lesser extent. Uh, but it's just the Leo phase. It's just during the Leo phase, people will be optimistic in this manner, unrealistically optimistic. It's not reality. All that, The Secret, and so many other books. I think I read Secret in the Cancer phase. I read it because I like to read the mysteries and stuff. It really impressed me, I think. I'm not sure if that's the book I read. There was a book that said that was very mysterious that I read. Okay, I'm going off topic. But I personally do not think any of these New Age philosophies are uh, real. I even though I myself believe in them, many of them, because it feels good and it feels true. But based on what I've discovered, it's Leo phase it's a time where people are unrealistically optimistic, and in reality, life goes up and down. And this is just the most optimistic time that we could possibly live in. And then the cycle will be over, and again we'll come into the Leo phase again, and we'll again do the same thing. But for now, this thing is over, and you can see how people are right now. They are all disappointed. You can see it in their face. Most of them are full of hate and anger, and you can see it in the politics and everything. So the um, well, it's sad that I am the person who has to come up with this, and even after I come up with it, people pretend like they are. What I say doesn't matter because I'm not white or something. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you do whatever you think, whatever crap you have in your head, racism, sexism, whatever it is. What I have discovered is real, and it is affecting your life. So whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter to me. So anyway, getting on with it. In case you're interested, I don't have any planets in Leo or any of the fire signs. So, I was out of this most of this stuff. If I had planets in Leo or Sagittarius or Aries, I would have been more invested in all this stuff. and I would be more like the people uh, who were famous and who did things during this time. I have one planet, Neptune, but a lot of people have that planet in Sagittarius and Neptune in Sagittarius. My whole generation has it because it's a slow moving planet. And I also have ascendant in Aries, but I didn't grow up with that ascendant, uh, so I'm not really uh, influenced by that. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is this thing is over, and you need to um, get on with the change, realize the change, and make adjustments, or you will suffer. Yeah. So let's get on with it. 2003 Operation Iraqi Freedom. This is about this is war. Obviously, Leo is like a masculine sign. It's going to be warlike. It's going to uh, fight. It's going to make noise. It's going to say, "Look at me! Look at me!" Um, it's going to be nationalistic, patriotic. It's going to wave its flag around and say it's going to pretend like it the world revolves around it. So that's whatever Operation Iraqi Freedom 2003. Oh, what a twisted name, actually. How they went to start freedom for Iraq, and they killed a lot of people in Iraq. So, and that's because it's in the end of the cancer phase. In cancer, a lot of the things are very tricky. I mean, nothing is what it seems. So in 2003, and there's going to be a lot of lies in the cancer phase. Um, Probably 9/11 was one of them. So this the last year will be extremely deceptive and two-faced and all that. There are also good things in the cancer phase. Okay. Uh, and then the SARS virus, so one big scare. Well, Leo has to do things in a dramatic, big manner. So there you go, SARS virus. Then Facebook, my face, yeah, my book. Leo is a creative sign. Face is important to all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And it's about appearance for these people primarily, and for everybody during the Leo phase. So, I know people don't like what I'm saying. I know. Um, Thankfully, we are out of it, and I won't face as much hostility as before. So it's all about face, it's all about creativity. You join those together, you get Facebook. In 2004, it was released, and it's still growing strong. In 2004, we had the Indian Ocean tsunami, which was a mega, mega tsunami. Because Leo phase, everything is going to be mega. Mhm. It's going to be huge, humongous, terrifyingly huge. So a lot of people died as well. Then Hurricane Katrina, which is also a tremendous thing. There were a lot of lies around it. Um, as far as I hear, a lot of um, a lot of letting the little guy suffer because Leo is about extremes. Extremely rich people on one hand and extremely poor people on the other hand. Just look at a Leo country, India. That's all you need to see. Extremely rich people who will not even look at your face and will not even have a thought for you. And then extremely poor people whose life is worth less than dirt. So that's what you saw in Hurricane Katrina, where really it have affected the really poor people, and the people who were really rich or powerful didn't give a shit. was going to happen, obviously, almost right in the middle of the Leo phase. Then iPhone, okay, now me, that's what all the fire signs say. And Leo is the middle fire sign, it's the maximum, most selfish fire sign. So I, phone, me, and then the phone is the opposite sign, Aquarius. You join those together, and it's the Leo Aquarius axis that gets activated during this time. So it's iPhone, right at the middle of the Aquarius Leo phase. In 2007, it was released, and then on from then on, it went on to become a huge thing. And even I have an iPhone. And somebody invented the iPhone. It's made like so ridiculous. Smartphone is already invented by real people. You made it pretty, and made in the Leo phase everything is made to look pretty. You made it pretty, and you want to be called an inventor for making things pretty. It's like beyond ridiculousness of all the things that happened during this time. Then, of course, now after the middle part, there will be consequences that will start popping up. Financial crisis. It's just everybody's heart is a big thing that's overblown. No, the real financial crisis is going to come. The real horrible consequences for all your disgusting behaviors is going to come. This is just the first kickback from the universe. The first little nudge, but hey, don't go that far. Just the first little nudge. That's all it is. A real kick is going to come later on. It's just a nudge. Financial crisis, 2008. Then swine flu pandemic. That also was a huge scare. You killed a lot of poor animals in it. It was pathetic. It was horrible, and we already kill a lot of chickens and put them in horrible conditions for our unquenchable th- hunger for meat and taste and all that. And it's actually harming you, but you don't realize it because you don't realize that everything in there's no one-sided thing in life. Whatever you do, there's going to be consequences. And if you do really bad things that feel good to you, that only feel good to you, but there will be consequences to it that you can't feel at that time because the universe wants you to really suffer. So you don't feel the consequences at that moment. It's like eating a pizza. If for 5 seconds you feel good in your mouth, and for the rest of the day, your body will have horrible trans fats and um, processed food being struggle, your stomach struggling to process the your digest the processed food pretty much the whole day, and your body is like almost shutting down, and you're suffering the whole entire day. But that happens in the background, and you get used to it, and so you think, when I feel bad, I'll eat a pizza. Pizza is the least harmful thing I can think of. Pretty much anything that is processed is going to hurt you. That's because the universe will hurt you in a way that you can't see. Because you go too far, the universe will go that much far. But the universe is smarter than you. That's what you have to realize. The universe is always smarter than you. Even after you listen to all this, and if you try to incorporate that into your way of thinking, and you think, I'll I will keep doing my things, but I'll incorporate what I know now and scam the universe even more. The universe will scam you in an even bigger manner, in an even more secretive way, and you will not realize it. until it's too late, or maybe never. So there you go. Where was I? Yes, swine flu pandemic, all the meat eating and horrible stuff. I was part of this too. I thought eating meat was right. In around 2003, I read some articles saying that eating meat was right and actually good for you. And I didn't go too far because I was still listening to my body, but I made sure to eat meat regularly on a very little small basis in small portions. So yeah, then Haiti earthquake. That was that was in yeah, there was a major earthquake and it destroyed a lot of infrastructure. That's what happened. And it's bringing a lot of people with the social media, which is Aquarius, the opposite sign. Uh, with the social media, they were able to raise issues and create a big fuss. And I'm not sure how much of that actually translated to real lasting change. I hope there are good things in Leo phase too, like change. Those they say that a lot of hidden things come to light, especially the things hidden during the Cancer phase, because a lot of things were here hidden in the previous phase. And Fukushima nuclear disaster. Okay, that's the next nudge from the universe. This one is a little more bigger one, and it destroyed the environment. It's probably being covered up because yours is all about covering up things and looking pretty. So, Fukushima radiation could be affecting a lot of people right now, and it was a major earthquake. You couldn't do anything about it, and uh, it contaminated all our living conditions, especially in Japan and Pacific Ocean. Probably this could become a bigger issue in the next Virgo phase. The next phase, which is Virgo, there could be another nudge, a bigger nudge from the universe, a kick, a huge earthquake that will destroy nuclear plants and send a lot of radiation into the atmosphere and the land and the water and contaminate all your food. This is very highly likely event to happen. Also, a bigger financial crisis. These two things will come back in a major manner in the next Virgo phase, uh, or after that is autumn. The next three signs are autumn. You just Virgo is the last sign in summer. So summer season is over. That's what you have to know. And autumn season is beginning. So even if these things don't happen in Virgo phase, which ends in 2032, uh, you have a long autumn season coming, and then after that, winter is there, another three signs. So these are the good times. These are the good times. Leo is the best of times, and during that time, you had a tremendous financial crisis and a tremendous nuclear disaster in Fukushima. So, can you imagine what really bad things are going to happen in the actual autumn and winter season that's coming up? there's going to be tremendous things. And then there's Paris terrorist attacks, or there's going to, they just extrapolate this thing. How far can this go? There's going to be mayhem and chaos everywhere. There's going to be lawlessness. Everything is going to fall apart. Before it will be rebuilt again in the first sign of winter, which is Capricorn. But first, everything will have to fall, especially in Scorpio phase. Everything will fall. After Virgo, it's Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. In Scorpio phase will be a lot of death. That's only coming. It's about 15, 30 years from now. It's not too far. So that's the Leo phase explained. Thanks for listening.